Now at 11, we showed you the video. A bus driver run over and killed by her own bus. We showed you the disconnected warning device, and we asked, could it have been prevented?
92% were broken or disabled.
Okay.
Don't you think that's a problem?
Now tonight, CBS 4 investigates. Are other lives in danger?
Tonight, this investigation raising serious questions about bus safety for drivers and passengers.
CBS 4 investigator Jim DeFede now with what he has uncovered.
So they made a mistake.
You're angry about that?
Very.
Laquita Alvin's daughter, Taranisha, reacting to Monday night's CBS 4 News investigation on the runaway bus that killed her mother. Laquita's sisters and aunts gathered at her mother's home in Overtown Tuesday morning, telling CBS 4 that county officials have kept them in the dark about the disabled alarm system.
I think if the alarms was working, maybe she'd be sitting here with us. Maybe it would have been prevented, you know, but obviously it wasn't.
There is good reason to believe she would be alive if the alarm was working. When she tried to leave the bus, the alarm would have let her know she had forgotten to engage the parking brake. But as you can see here, the alarm was broken, and a transit survey after the accident found 92% of the seat alarms on county buses were also broken.
You're familiar with the phrase deferred maintenance?
Yes.
Hugh Chen is the deputy director of Miami-Dade Transit, overseeing operations and maintenance.
This is what deferred maintenance results in, no seat alarms.
Well, I want to stress again that it's a warning device. Yeah, we put it on. This is not provided by a manufacturer. This is something we install on the buses. But that doesn't relieve an operator from following the procedures.
He does acknowledge how challenging it is keeping the buses on the street.
It's harder. The buses are old. Probably 70-odd% have exceeded their life, but it's what we have. And
70% have exceeded their life.
Their life.
Meaning that they should have been
I'd have to get you the
retired.
exact number. Well, in normal, if everything was aligned, all the stars were aligned, yes, and the county is moving that way.
Chen repeatedly stressed, however, that the county would never do anything to risk the safety of its passengers or employees.
We're not going to put out vehicles that are unsafe.
Melvin Gonzalez is the chief union shop steward in the maintenance department of Miami-Dade Transit.
Are you concerned at all that you're putting unsafe buses out on the street?
Oh, for sure.
No, what do you mean for sure?
Oh, yes, obviously. If we're putting a bus out there, with no seat alarm, that's a problem. That's a problem. If we're putting a bus out there that does not have all of its lights working, that's a problem.
Does that happen, putting bus outs without all their lights working?
Yeah, sure.
Gonzalez claims the weather can often determine if a bus is going into service.
Wipers aren't working. Hey, it's not raining. You know what I'm saying? Go.
Brake pads?
Well, they try not to play with the brakes. Okay. But we do have buses that go out there with, they could use a brake job, but they'll work. They'll work.
As Alvin's family continues to mourn her death, they note the irony of how happy she was to get the job in transit 8 months ago.
She really, wanted to work with transit, so she did what she needed to do to get there.
She was a determined person, and she's not going to settle for less. That was my Quita.
Alvin died just days before her first grandson was born.
She was excited. She was happy. And just to know, she never got to meet him.
He brings me so much joy, make me feel like I got my mom all over again. Every time I feel like I lost something, I think about what I've gained.
Laquita Alvin's 2 sons, ages 11 and 16, will be raised by her sisters. As a new part-time employee, Alvin did not have benefits or life insurance. County employees, however, have raised $25,000 for the family.
Such a sad story, but was this just a tragic accident or was there negligence here?
That's something that still needs to be determined. The Miami-Dade Police Department is investigating this accident as well. And I know that there are a number of commissioners in the Transportation Committee that want to start, really pressing and finding answers to that. And that's the next part of this story. We're going to be going to County Hall and going up the food chain to find out what we can learn from those executives.
It doesn't make sense to me that they would go to the trouble of installing all those seat alarms and not make sure that they worked.
For just a few $100s, these seat alarms could be really out there saving lives. Now, I'm sure they're out there jerry-rigging them and trying to get them back into shape after our reporting. But, this is a tragic accident that should have been prevented. There's no reason why Laquita Alvin is dead today.
CBS 4 investigator Jim DeFede. Jim, thanks very much, and we'll be right back.